Guys, this is Ivan here, representing Chaos Reborn. I played a case tournament here at Gamers Alley, and I topped 8. I played Dinosaurs with the scrap engine, the new scrap engine, Go Dinos. So I'm just gonna go ahead and with the deck. It's pretty basic for the most part. 3 Obi, gotta play them. Love this card, but have your wreck missed though. This card. That is a sauce.
Broken, let's
Too
go.
broken, man. Yeah.
What?
For the babies, I play the 2 Jewel Beasts. This card, wow, it's just, gets the pill, gets conductor, easy breezy. Um, 2 Baby Ceratosaurus, and then the 1 Petite Pteranodon for the combo. Run the 2 Ultimate Conductors, 3 is too much, of course, 1, too few, and then the sauce, the scrap engine. I'm gonna put these 2 here. Now, these cards made the deck a whole lot better. It made it more fluent. It made me extend even more the board. Dinosaur decks usually try to go second, break boards. This deck wants to go first and make a board, and then make it impossible for the opponent to play. And these 4 cards make it that possible.
I have a funny question.
Sure.
How often you open this?
I opened this like 5 or 6 matches.
I opened it.
Sorry,
once.
5 or 6 duels, I should say. Once, yeah. This guy, Colin, I loved him, but I hated him. And because of playtesting, there's one card that it's usually played on the deck that I cut out, and I do not regret it. Those are the monsters. And you notice there's no giant Rex.
Yeah.
Yeah, Giant Rex is it's an extender, but it's a brick. It could sometimes help if you have the pill. You can banish it from the hand and then be an extender. But you already have so much extenders that you don't want to open with something else that you don't want to normal summon, like this and Giant Rex. So
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I decided to cut it out, and I don't regret it at all. I never missed it. I never needed it. So yeah, that's for the monsters. Now for the spells. 3 Lost World. This card's a 3 of. I plan on cutting it to 2 to add more, I guess, I don't know, extenders or hand traps, but I always want to see field because even if you open up the field spell and scrap the scrap raptor,
Yeah.
you still have combo. Even if you don't open up with Obi or Misk or any of that, all of that's gonna get added throughout the process. So 3 Lost World, of course. I got the 3 Fossil Digs. You always wanna.
Sir, excuse me.
You,
What is that?
You have no idea how hard I tried searching for the super rare of this. If anyone has a super rare, shout out to me. I'm desperately needing it, and my OCD activates when I see these 2, one super and not one.
Do you want to borrow mine?
I'd be glad to, definitely, yes. I play
Continue.
3 Pot of Prosperity, the best pot for this deck. You use maybe only 4 to 5 cards of your extra deck. This is just,
Have you ever banished 6 and regretted?
No. Never.
Like on your top 6?
Top 6?
Like when you see your like top 6. If you banish 6.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
There's every time I resolved Pot of Prosperity, I always drew a card that would enable my combo.
Okay.
Yeah. The only exception to that is let's say mid to late game where I resolve a second Pot of Prosperity and I have so few cards in the extra deck that I banish 3. Then I look at the top 3 cards of my deck, and then sometimes I don't have but every time I banish 6 and look up 6, I got the piece that I needed to perform the combo. So yeah. 2 pills, pretty standard. 1's too few, 3's too much. And then for the 1-ofs, Call by the Grave, this is going first deck. You want your combos to go off. Lancia is a card. Ash is a card. There's so many things that can stop this combo if you know where to do it. So Call by the Grave, even though it's a 1-off, it's a 1-off that you want to have. And this card saved me so many times. I don't know. I kept opening it up. And then I don't know how many times I did Call by the Grave on Lancia. So yeah, and of course the fourth Lost World.
Mhm.
Right. So that's it for the spell
That's
cards.
40.
Well,
What?
I still have
Oh,
four. No,
there's
and
more.
this is the hand traps slash going second card. So of course I got the Ash, triple Ash. This card is so generic. It goes in any deck, and it's good against any deck. Every deck searches. Every deck wants to play. So of course I don't see any reason why not playing Ash. I got the three Gammas. You make so many plays without having monsters on the field. You dump Misk, banish Misk. That's so susceptible to Ash or even Lancia that you gotta have this card in your hand, of course, and of course the one brick.
The
So
brick? That's the best card.
that's the best. the,
How many times do you open with this card?
actually, I think maybe once. And I opened up more with the Golem. See, it was just it's just a freaking Golem. That card loves me too much. Man. It's like a love and hate relationship. And of course the triple Dark
Dark
Ruin
Ruin
or
no
more. I usually have this in the side, but this format I need this. Right. I don't mind opening it and then not being able to use it until the next turn because I only combo off again with two cards, so I can just make my opponent waste resources and then try to if they make board then I can just drop this in the next turn and then I always have Misk in the graveyard, so I can just follow up the next turn. So it's a 40 deck card. Uh, yeah, and that's for the main deck. Now let's go for the extra deck. For the extra deck, this is my XYC package. I got the Beast Dweller, Tornado Dragon, then the two Volthars, the Dolka and the Lagia. Right? I just need this
One
four.
and one?
Just one and one.
Okay.
You don't need more than and I used all four throughout the tournament, and it was just perfect. Like I didn't use this too often, but when I used it, it was impactful. Same thing with Tornado Dragon against back row decks, and this Dweller is when you make the combo, the board. This is usually how you end up with this, because this is a way to avoid Dark Ruin no more, because you activate this in the standby phase, and if they Dark Ruin no more and they take off the tokens of Appaloosa, Appaloosa doesn't get their tokens, but they negate Appaloosa and then the Savage Dragon. At least has already been resolved,
Yeah.
so they have to find a way to play around this, and then beat over Conductor and then so on and so forth. So Dweller is a must. The XC that I least made, of course, is Lagia. But it came clutch against one. I don't remember exactly the one match, but I was able to negate a spell. So yeah, it was good as well. So that's for the XCs. For the synchros, I play Gamma, of course. Sorry,
Omega.
Omega, because I play the Gamma package, and this card. Oh my god. I love making Gamma on my turn after doing Misk and then just going into this. And then just taking cards from their hand. Sometimes I wait to the opponent's standby phase to try to put this back in the graveyard to have follow up for the next turn in case I'm not able to do it, and then try to chain, take a card out of their hand. It's just basically another interruption because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a card they're not able
And
to
then
use.
if you're going like first and you don't know what the fuck they're playing, you can actually, if they try to do something, you can use that and have like knowledge for it.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, and of course Savage, because he's part of the combo. It's just an Omni negate as well.
Yeah, he's
So,
savage.
yeah, Savage is Savage. So yeah, no need to explain on that. And now for the links, I got the link ones. Um, these are mostly fodder for Pot of Prosperity. Well, actually, Link Kuribo I use it often. After I pop a baby with the Jewel Beast, I always try to link off for this because sometimes I get stopped midway through the combo, and it's good to have a non-dinosaur monster in the grave because by that time I already have Pill in my hand, so I'm able to banish it and at least end up with a Conductor on the board. So I made this often. These I rarely, if ever, made. I think I make this once, but I just destroyed it to use Conductor's effect. But again, mostly fodder for Pot of Prosperity. Uh, Same thing with the IP package. I used this once, but it's not a go-to card. Neither is IP. If I'm doing a link to it, of course I go to the Wyvern, or another link to that I'm going to show you uh, uh, shortly. But again, with the link ones, these are like a fodder for Predator as well. And then I have the Lambda, and then the Wyvern, the other link twos. This I use all the time for the combo. This is a great extender. This enables Appaloosa easily, and then the Savage. Gotta love this card, man. I use this every single duel. And then this, of course, if you play Gamma, you wanna if you're not able to extend into a higher link monster like Appaloosa, and you have Gamma in your hand, you can just drop this, and then it's an extra negate. And when you drop the driver, you can destroy it with GCT. So it's in the graveyard. You banish the Gamma, and then end phase, grab another hand trap.
Or like you can summon this and summon Omega and then banish Omega and then get one card and then in the end phase add Gamma
Yeah.
and then you have
Because I banished
knowledge,
Omega.
you have knowledge and have the Gamma again.
Yes, that's actually a combo I like to do, but I wasn't able to do it often
Yeah,
in
yeah.
this tournament. But
But
yes,
it's actually can happen.
it can
Yeah.
happen, and of course the link for the one and only Appaloosa.
Appaloosa,
Bowl of the
goddess.
Goddess. Gotta love this card. This is beautiful card. It's Appaloosa. What more can I say?
Do you ever miss access code or something?
No.
No, you
Never.
didn't.
Or
Never-
number 60.
Sorry,
Or number 60.
number 60.
The Kugars.
Oh, the Gars.
Yeah.
I'm not really.
Or Penny Stack.
No, not really, because.
Did that come up today at all?
No, because if my opponent wasn't able to break the board, then I just had enough, right? And going second, conductor by itself can take care of
Yeah,
most of the
That's
things.
fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, and so never really needed it. It could have come up at times, but I just go straight for my combo. Now for the side deck, Trini Bureau, very essential this format against Dragon Link, against Virtual World. It's a very good side deck card. Lancia stops most of the decks. I got Lancia many times as well, but Scrap Raptor. Man, that card. I was able to at least go into Appaloosa for 3 even after being Lancia. Even if I didn't end up with anything. That's maybe a hand trap like an Ash or something.
To be fair, I think top A was like very
Diverse?
Like,
It
yeah,
was.
there's like two of every deck. I think there was like two virtual rolls,
2 dinos.
two to three dinos, like two birds.
There were two Tri
And-
Brigades.
Yeah, and then
Think with
two
Bobby and Zach.
machina like earth machines.
Oh yeah.
That-
Earth
it was
Machine.
like it was crazy.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it was two of each
Dinos won.
in Dinos.
And
one,
Dinos
yeah.
one.
After
Yeah.
being going
Oh,
to
fun
that
fact:
too.
the dinos that won the event was not playing the scrap, the scrap
Wyvern.
raptor and the wyvern and
Yeah.
and the chimera.
And was
Yeah.
only playing one of the Arcus
Oh, it
Sword.
was only one of the
Question:
jewels.
Did you play? Did you pull off the Lost World Scrap Raptor combo?
The
The Scrap Raptor
once,
Lost World?
once, and it was in the top 8 because I only had the scrap and the lost roll,
Yeah.
and I hadn't practiced that combo too often because it doesn't really come up too much.
Yeah.
So in top 8, I was like, okay, hold on, how do I do this? Give me a sec. And I was able to pull it off and then full combo. But yeah, I did it. I did it once. So continuing with the side deck, tree, draw and lock. Never resolved it today. Actually, never saw it. I resolved mostly Nibiru and
I'm surprised.
Yeah,
I'm very surprised.
yeah, it's still a good card. I'm just saying it didn't. I never resolved it throughout this tournament. Twin Twisters. I like Galaxy Cyclone, but I like popping 2 rather than 1.
Yeah.
And then I don't really like to send cards to the graveyard. I'd rather send Misk to the graveyard by its own effect. But sometimes you open up with the brick, sometimes you open up with driver or golem, and taking up to back row, which is my weakness, or that Dino's weakness.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's very good. So yeah, this for the back row, and of course for the back row we got the one red reboot, Harpy's Feather, and of course the one and only Panker
Prank
Tops.
Tops.
Now this card, I put much thought into it. Many people are running this main deck, even with the scrap engine going first. Now, this card is a very versatile card. It's you can have a Petit Paralan in your hand, and then your opponent's main phase pop with Conductor, and then summon this, and it's an extra interruption. Yeah, but if if you're focusing on going first and making up a board, this is a card you don't want to open up with. I mean, you're already I'm already main decking 3 Dark Ruin or more, so I think that's enough for going second cards along with the track card. So I think it's best to side this deck, to side this card up, and then on the second, sometimes even in the third match, going first. Sometimes I just left it depending on the matchup. If I knew there was a card that was very troublesome, but I mostly just use this card going second, and I don't regret it at all. I almost always consistently open up combo. With the exception of when I opened Golem, but Golem is just the extra extender for Abyss Dweller. Like, other than that, I would still have Savage, Appaloosa, and Conductor, maybe a Hand Trap, at minimum. Right, sometimes of course I break, but yeah, I don't regret at all, just side this, yeah. So, out of the 6 rounds, I played, the first round I played against Tri Brigade. I won that round. Second round, I played Dragon Links. That was a tie. It was I think I lost game 1. I won the second one, and then in the third game, yeah, with 30 seconds, we were still power shuffling. The third round, I played against a second Dragon Link deck. I was able to win that round as well. The fourth round, I played against Great Maju deck. That was a very interesting match, and this is. And this match made me think of something of the deck, some changes I might made. So the thing is, the thing about Great Maju, at least the build I was playing against, it was very, very resourceful. So when I finished my combo, my board, I already used up all my babies, the Petit Tyranno and the Baby Ceratosaurus. I still have some Misks and sometimes one Scrap Raptor, and Olvi Raptors in the deck, so that I can make rank 4 plays or even synchro 8, synchro level 8. But it's you don't want to go for the grind game with this deck. You want to make a board, stop the opponent, or OTK him. But sometimes it just happens. Sometimes you gotta go for maybe the 4th or 5th turn. And sometimes I missed the 3rd Baby Ceratosaurus. I'm not sure if I want to play it. I might try it, test it out. But oftenly I missed the third baby. 5th round I played against Trains, and they just went past me, right? Like they crushed me. That deck, oh my god, the 7 Sins is a card.
Yeah.
It was a great match, right? But I lost against them, and then the final round. I played against the Dino deck that actually won the event, and I managed to win that round, and I managed to top with that win. So in overall, I think the deck is very consistent. It makes great boards. It plays through hand traps as well. If you make the plays correctly. So yeah, I think the Dino best deck right now. No, I'm kidding. No, Pen best deck. Let's go.
Let's go. Well, I really appreciate it, and I'm gonna see you next time. Bye bye.